What's going on, guys? So I want to go ahead and say this. First and foremost, do not go attack, harass, anything. Don't do anything. I'm just merely speaking on something that just kind of irritated me. And a lot of it got cleared up, luckily, because, you know, the dispute system's a little finicky, and you could probably lose your channel over it, which I'll get in more detail on why that kind of bothered me. If you don't understand already, yeah, the dispute system just can nuke your channel. But I got a copyright claim. And it was by a channel of Devil Artemis. Now, I don't know the reason behind any of this. I'm not saying he's some mastermind villain sitting up there in his castle going, I'm going to get pennies off of all these small channels. Because if you don't know, a lot of small channels, such as myself, that's roughly 1,000, couple thousand subs, that probably have live streams, which is what mine was, and videos with the same South Park game. If you're going to get anything off of them, if they're even monetizable, is going to be pennies, quite literally pennies. You might get $5, okay? And I don't know if you know this, not all my streams are, you know, making bucks, okay? That's just not how that works. Not every video I make is a banger that gets 1,000, 10,000 views. It just doesn't. And I'm not here to complain about that, by the way, but I'm saying I don't see why claiming my video made any sense. That's where the confusion kind of sets in. So to kind of let you understand, though, the other day, which I streamed South Park last weekend, and it had been days. I think it was Wednesday when I noticed it. I got up, or Thursday, one of those two. I can't remember when. I got up, and before work, I actually just got up earlier than usual. So I just came in here, fired up my computer, started going through my YouTube Studio stuff, just trying to peek in at certain things, just to see if I got any notifications. Because sometimes things pop through, kind of check. I don't do it every day, but when I do, I kind of just check some of my stuff just to see if I can get any comments or stuff like that. And when I was looking, I got a notification. I was like, okay, let me check this. It says copyright claim. I've had a bunch of them, by the way, and normally they just say stuff like, this is allowed. No big deal. But this one said can't be monetized. I'm like, okay, that's happened before. Music usually. And I was like, wow, South Park's music got me hit, which wouldn't surprise me any. It's an intro song, more than likely it got hit. But that's not what it was. It was actually a YouTube channel that copyright claimed me and wanted to take the monetization. They wanted to take the ad revenue, which was odd. I was like, okay, this had to be somebody actually actively hit me. And, you know, being that I've had claims before, if they're serious enough, they drop off about 24 hours by themselves. I don't have to dispute them. Normally I give them 24 hours and, you know, just let it play out. And normally it's just like an accident. I get hit with a stray, somebody's like trying to, I guess, I don't know if they're trying to look for clip farm videos or certain re-upload videos, but sometimes a small section of my video will get claimed. They'll look and go, all right, I guess. And they're just like, well, nope, this video is completely his live stream or his video. And they'll just take it off, I guess. Like I said, I don't know how that works because I've never claimed somebody. And it just usually works in my favor and just disappears. I've never had to worry about it. Well, this one, I let days go by. Nothing. So then I message him on Twitter. Now, given he's a big channel, like 1 million subs, I don't know if Artemis can even see my message, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, I'm not going to re-quote tweet and do all that other stuff. I'm a bit of a boomer. So I didn't do all that because I didn't know if calling him out on Twitter would be more me calling him out, because I wanted to keep it private and, you know, I wanted to be polite about it. I didn't want to make it look like I'm trying to call him out. That's the same thing with this video. My intent is not to call him out. I'm just merely speaking on it. An issue that probably needs to be addressed. I think it's kind of confusing. So like I said, it seemed like somebody actively went through. Now I thought, okay, let me go check this video out and see where the misunderstanding is. So I checked the video. Now the video is several years old, and I go to the comment section and I obviously filter it for most previous, and lo and behold, one of them is deleted. I don't know if it was from the person that posted it or if he deleted it, but I think it's odd. If he did, he only deleted one of them, and then the one thread below it, which was all the replies. All these channels, which were like 1,000 or less sub channels, all got copyright claims. Now, the reason why I'm trying to give the benefit of the doubt a little bit to probably the voice actor mainly, because I think that's all he really does. I don't know who runs the channel. Okay, the channel itself seems like it's probably a group, considering you have a full 3D animation team going on. The voice actor itself, some of the gameplay, which may or may not be his, I don't know, because I don't know how these channels run. I don't know what they do. I don't, you know, because his entire shtick is basically being Cell, which it's pretty funny. If you don't watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged, you wouldn't understand the reference there. But basically, that's what his whole channel is. It's just a reference, essentially, to me, from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. So I just thought it was odd that I look, and it's not just my channel. It was actually several channels that were getting copyright claimed. And like I said, these views are not very big. And I thought it was odd, his video, for somebody with 1 million subs, which don't get me wrong, at the time probably didn't have them. His views on it was just a few thousand, which for a channel of his size, I thought was just odd. Normally you see thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, especially on older videos. There's plenty of channels where they blew up and had, I don't know, a couple million subs, and their older videos would at least break 100,000 just because people would watch their old content. And this was one of those ones. It just didn't seem like that was the case. So I don't know if they were just trying to milk a little bit extra money off the back end. Not him directly, but his team or anybody that's probably an overseer, which is just a really dumb thing to do. That's the kind of thing that irritated me. It was like, I don't know why. I don't know who. It doesn't address it. It just says his channel and on behalf of. Now, in getting everything together, I kind of made one mistake. One probably critical mistake. I didn't screenshot the actual claim itself while it was still being claimed. So yeah, that was a boo-boo. But here's a screenshot of it being disputed, you know, so there's that. I don't know if that's enough for you guys, but that was after I disputed it and everything went through. Now, the reason why I didn't dispute it right off the bat is, like I said, first off, usually after 24 hours, it clears. But for a second reason, well, there's actually second and third. Second reason would be disputing it if somehow they find it in his favor could delete my channel. They would nuke it. And if you've been around, I mean, this channel has grown a lot. I would say less than stellar videos from early on have gotten better. My editing's better. I've gotten better equipment. I think my channel has come a long way to me after just a few short years. And then top it off, after these few short years, it's grown pretty good. I like it. I like, you know, where my community stands. I like a lot of the live streams that I do. All the streaming has been fun. And I don't want to lose all that, all because of a small copyright claim system that could be finicky. And that kind of made me a little bit bothered. I was just going to say, you know what, I'm not going to monetize it. But then I took the leap of faith, went ahead and did it, and it was almost instantaneous that I actually got the claim removed, which was kind of weird. That just means YouTube, I guess, may have already was like noticed it and just waited for me to refute it, which I think is stupid, and which it shouldn't have been there to begin with. And that's the real big problem. I just don't know who did it, like who is actually behind it. If it's the actual creator of the channel, the voice actor, or if there's a person behind the scenes puppeting everything and they're just taking claim to whatever they can. This third reason why I didn't want to dispute it is because you have to give out your personal name, your full name. Now, if you've been on my channel, you know that I have given out my first name. Okay, I was kind of iffy on doing that way early on because I didn't know, putting yourself in front of a camera, in front of what would be thousands of people, I would hope, especially some of my videos that would go from just a few hundred views to thousands of views. It's very jarring to even want to put your name out there. But at this point, everybody knows my first name is Billy. It's pretty simple. Everybody caught on, I'm pretty sure, early on because of a slip-up that happened on a stream where somebody used my name. And I didn't say anything. I wasn't like, oh my god, how dare you. I was just like, all right, well, that's happening now. I expected it in the future. You're streaming with buddies and you're playing like Call of Duty and stuff, they're not going to just sit there and just keep using your handle. Not all the time, unless like you are exclusively doing that all the time. But we don't, and I didn't expect it to last long. So yeah, that wasn't like a big shroud of mystery. But giving out your full name, a lot more details and stuff, can be a problem because I don't know if they are just fishing for that information. That's another issue. And if somebody's claiming it through them, because they had the same issue happen with Sniper Wolf, where she wasn't doing the claims, so she said, and I'm at liberty to believe her. But if she wasn't doing the claims, somebody was doing the claims for her somehow and saying it was her, I don't know if that's the same thing going on here, where somebody is just fishing for information. And that could be a great big deal. And that's a huge problem with YouTube. And that's why I'm saying I don't know if he directly is doing this, but out of the comments, one of the comments that got deleted was calling him a fraud and just calling him out, which was, I understand. Okay, I'm not even going to say I'm mad. I understand. Some people get super emotional and angry. And yeah, if you're getting claimed, you're a small channel. And I think that the guy that did it, I think he was, he had quite a few thousand actually. Subs, so he was definitely a bigger channel. And yeah, if you built your channel for years, you've cultivated your own community, and you've done all this stuff, working as much as you can in your spare time, or maybe it's a full-time thing to you, it sucks when you have somebody trying to, what would look like, could just completely damage it. It could take it away. And that's where I was sitting. I was annoyed. I didn't know what to do. So, you know, like I said, trying to let you understand, just because they claimed it doesn't mean I can dispute it easily. And just because it seems like it's easy to dispute doesn't mean it will work. And if it doesn't work, you're out the whole channel. And if you ever get banned or deleted, I don't know how far it reaches, but normally you can't just make another channel, okay? They'll try to nuke that one too. So I didn't want to somehow unofficially get banned because I disputed a claim that was egregiously wrong and then lose my channel. This has been a very long and hard process to even break 100 subs for me. And the fact that I've gotten as far as I have in the time I have has been tremendous. I had a 5-year outlook that this channel would be at 500 subs and I would just be enjoying it. But now it's grown, and it's just, I don't want to lose all that. I would lose all the connection I've done made. Like, some people are still, not a lot, but a few people have actually went to my Twitter and started following me there because certain information does get put on there. Like, this video is going to be uploaded, you know, to YouTube, and I'm going to have the link on Twitter just so it can get out there purposely, because I think he needs to at least address this. I tried to message him, like I said, he didn't message back, and I'm not blaming him. I'm thinking maybe this is the only way to reach him. I don't know if this will work. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. This would be his word versus my word type deal, or I guess everybody's word versus his, but somebody is either claiming under his name or he is claiming it himself, and if he's doing it himself, that would make him a jackass and a terrible person. But if somebody's doing it through him, I'm throwing up all these fingers for no reason, but if they're doing it by using his name or they're under his employment, that would still make him an idiot because he's just not viewing any of this. He's just letting it happen under his nose. That's if that's what's going on. Now, if it's somebody doing it through his name and it's just some third-party idiot, they're the jackass. But yeah, guys, that's about all I got to say. Y'all have a good one.